today. I'm Terri Birch and this is Chris Cox. Let you know that this is the good stuff. And you just need a little bit of room, maybe a soft cushioned area. If you have yoga bricks or some good thick books or a box or something, you can even use a canned good to help prop up if you need a little bit of extra support. Start seated tall. Whether your ankles are crossed, it doesn't matter to sit nice and tall. Feel the length of your spine as it comes out through the crown of your head. Take your shoulders and bring them up, pull them back and drop them down. You can either close your eyes or just let the muscles on your forehead relax. The breath is through the nose, unless of course you're stuffed up. So with that being said, set your lips together and let your jaw relax open. Let your shoulders fall down your back. And find your breath. Plant that seed of the breath into your low abdomen. Inhale, expand into your waistband. And exhale, draw your waistband in. And again. And exhale. 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, make it a good one. And exhale. We'll set our hands on our knees. Take your right shoulder over towards your left thigh. And then a little arch in the back. Scrape your ribs across in front so your left rib is over by your right thigh. And then circle back, round your back, and scrape the back with your back ribs, and you'll end up with that right rib, left thigh. So imagine yourself in a large barrel, and you're just scraping the inside of the barrel. Like a little yoga belly dance. Feel the length of your spine from several different angles. One more scrape across in front. And one more scrape across in back. Come up, sit nice and tall. And then walk those hands out in front as you fold forward. And we'll all be a little bit different as we fold forward. This is where you can grab your brick, stack your fists. And then inhale, we'll draw the head up, walk the hands back, set your brick aside, and then rearrange those legs. Non-standard operating position is what I call it. We're going to take that left rib over to the right thigh. Arch the back as you scrape across in front. Right rib over on that left thigh. Scrape across the back with the rounding of the spine. And keep drawing that circle. Round at the spine. Scrape across in front with an arch. Around. So we're getting our cat-cows in with some rotation. Two more. And we'll meet back center, long spine. Walk your way forward. Bring your brick, stack your hands, fold over. Inhale, walk your way back up. Let's come up on the hands and knees. Get your bricks handy. Spread out your hands right below your shoulders, middle finger running towards the front of the mat. Press into the pads of your palms and into your thumb. Let's lean to the left and step that right foot up by that right pinky. Sink your weight forward Good. Let your right knee hug your shoulder. Find length from the crown of your head all the way back to your knee. Prop your right hand on your thigh. Push into both hands. Should have a vertical shin on that right leg, space from heel to knee. And then set your hands down, knee to shoulder, shoulder to knee. Lengthen out that right leg, flex the foot, fold over from the hip. And this is where you can use those bricks. That way you can help keep that long spine without rounding over. Walk your way back forward, come back to your instep. Put your hand on the inside of your knee. Push that hip open without rolling your foot, or without rolling your ankle. Good, come back home. Lengthen out your right leg. This time point the toe as you fold forward from the hip. Ooh, feels good. One more time, coming forward. Tuck your right knee up against your shoulder. And we'll see if we can bring those elbows down. And that's where you can use those bricks again. You can come down on the brick. Your brick has many different angles. Using your breath as your guide. If you're down here holding your breath, waiting for this to pass, then you might need to be up here. Go ahead and come on up. One more time, flex foot, lengthen out that right leg, fold over from the hip. Think about drawing that hip bone to the thigh bone as you fold and press through a flat foot. Good. Bring those hands over to the left. Lean left and step your right foot back. Walk to the right and step that left foot up to that front left edge, and then sink your hips forward. Left knee to the shoulder. Feels good. Go ahead and extend out your left leg as you walk back, toe towards the ceiling. Remember, use those bricks if you feel like you're rounding at the spine or if this takes your breath away. And then walk your way back forward. Find space from heel to knee, shoulders to ears. Prop your left hand on your left thigh and push into both hands. Gaze off to the left. Breathe. Then go ahead and set your hands down. Lengthen out the left leg, toe pointed. Hopefully everybody's staying active, doing something. If the TV and the couch are calling your name, think about getting up after each hour and doing 10 minutes of some kind of activity. Squats, push-ups, lunges. Come back forward. Let that knee hug the shoulder. Set your left hand on the inside of the thigh and push that hip open as you roll to the side of your foot. Good. Set your hand down. Lengthen out your left leg again, toe to the ceiling, long spine. Tummy towards the upper thigh, toes to the ceiling, extend through a flat foot. And then coming forward, we'll sink the elbows towards the mat. Let that knee stay over the foot. If it splays off to the side, you might have to come up on your bricks, you might have to come up on your hands. Always follow your breath. Good. Let's go ahead and flex that leg or lengthen out that left leg. One more time, flex foot, forward fold. Needed that. Lean right, slide that left foot back. Come to the middle of your mat. On your knees. Monday morning stretch is what I call this. Arms up. We're going to rotate right and have a seat left of the feet. Know that you can always use your hand to come down on your left hip. Feet are off to the side. Try to bring your shoulders over your hips so you get that length in that left side. Inhale, coming up. And you can use your hand to come up, rotate left, stick out your right hip, have a seat, right of the feet. And you can use your hand to come down. We're looking for that stretch in that right low back, quadratus lumborum area. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale up. Rotate right, seat left. And we'll drape the right foot across the left arch. Bring your shoulders over your hips and then set your fingertips down. Let's walk to the left. Take your shoulder blades or your shoulders, bring them up, back and down. So you have length in the spine, chest lifted. Gazing over your left shoulder, but breathe from the abdomen. And then exhale, coming forward. Slide your right heel over towards your right corner, left foot inside right thigh. Sit tall. We're going to reach in between the knees rather than towards the toes. So just walk your hands forward. Keep your sits bones grounded as you hinge forward at the hip, right toe to the ceiling. Inhale, coming up. Now take your left hand and set it back in line with your left hip, right foot. We're coming up. Up on your knee, open up your hip and chest towards the ceiling, long right leg. Squeeze your bum and press your hips forward. Good. Circle back down. We'll set the right hand on that left knee. Find length in the spine. Inhale up with your left arm. Exhale, dip your right shoulder over towards your right toe, your right knee. Inhale up. Exhale. Slide your right foot back with your right leg across your left arch. Drape your right arm across the lap. Inhale up, left arm, long spine. One more side bend on this side. Stretch from that left hip all the way to the shoulder. Inhale up. Arms up over the knees, over the legs. Come on up. This is Chris's first time doing this, so he doesn't really know my choreography, and he's got to look at the side view, so he's at a disadvantage. Let's rotate left. Have a seat right of the feet, right of those legs. Drape your left foot across your right arch. Stack your shoulders over that right hip and walk to the right. Use your fingertips to elongate through the spine. Gaze over the shoulder and breathe. Shoulders up, back and down. And then as you exhale, we'll come back forward. Slide your left heel towards that left corner, right foot inside left thigh. Find length in the spine. We're gonna reach in between the knees. So just walk your fingertips out in front. Ground your sits bones down. Movements in the hip, not the spine. Good. Inhale and come up. Take your right hand and set it back in line with your right hip, left foot. Sweep your left arm up. Open your hips and chest towards the sky. Squeeze your bum, press those hips forward. And then as you exhale, circle back down. Left hand on the right knee. Sit tall. Reach up right arm. Exhale, reach over your ear towards that left toe. Inhale up. Exhale, slide in that left leg and drape it across that right arch again. One more side bend in this little series. Left arm across the lap. Inhale up with your right. Exhale, long spine, reach to the left, stretch from your right hip all the way up to the shoulder. Inhale and exhale, sweep the arms down, arms over the legs, push yourself up to on to the knees again. Let's go back to all four. Walk your toes to the bottom edge of the mat. We'll come to a modified plank. Hands are shoulder width, modified plank. Turn the inside of your elbows forward. We'll come halfway down, the elbows press towards the ribs and push back up. Sink back towards your heels, child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, come back up on all four. Sit up, elbows forward, come halfway down. Inhale up. Slide your knees towards the edges of the mat, big toes together, child's pose. Knead those fingers out in front. Inhale, look up, exhale, back to your modified plank. One more time. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, push. Slide the knees to the edges. Child's pose. Knead those fingertips out in front. Rest the forehead and the elbows down. Inhale, gaze up. Let's come back up on the hands and knees. And we'll thread the needle. Take your right hand, reach to the ceiling. Now, some of you may have to sit back towards your heels. We're going to tuck the right hand under the left, rotate until the right side of the head and the right shoulder come down on the mat. Left hand planted by your face, elbow over the hand. It's a good thoracic stretch, thoracic back stretch. Pull your hips in behind that right shoulder. Now, if you want a little more, you can take your left leg and extend it out. Flex the foot, dorsiflex it. Go ahead and set your left leg down. Keeping your left shoulder lifted, slide your fingertips to the front of the mat. Then as you exhale, roll to your forehead. We'll stretch those shoulders 2 different angles. Make sure to not overstretch. Inhale and come up. Other side. Back on all 4. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Tuck that left under the right. Set your shoulder, left side of the head down. Slip those hips behind the left shoulder. If you want, extend your right leg out. Dorsiflex the foot. Just a little balance. Go ahead and set your right knee down, keeping your right shoulder lifted. Slide your fingertips to the front of the mat. Then as you exhale, roll to your forehead, stretch those shoulders, 2 angles. And inhale, come up, back on all 4. Scoot. Come back to your modified plank. Inside of the elbows forward. Come on down on the tummy. And then walk your fingertips directly out from your shoulder like a spider push-up. Elbows broad, away from one another. Inhale, lift into the fingertips. Bit of a cobra. So you can keep your hips and your tummy down. Release. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift. Use those erector spinae. Use those glutes. And release. Slip the palms, low half of the chest, elbows up. Exhale to your modified plank. Scoot the knees to the edges, big toes together, child's pose. Inhale, exhale, coming up. Hands and knees, we'll do a few balancing cats. Inhale, right leg back, square the hips to the floor, left arm up alongside the ear. Draw your belly button away from your waistband so you can go opposites. Left, right, or right, left. Release. Other side, inhale. Release. Other side, inhale. Release. Inhale, other side. And release. This time as you inhale, just bring the leg up. Square the hips to the floor, long line from head to heel. As you exhale, we'll draw the knee in, chin in. I got a good blast on the microphone. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, round, knee to chest, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen back out. One more. Lengthen out, lift. So if you have the right leg back, take your left hand and reach back for the front of the foot. Press into the fingertips and lift the toes towards the ceiling.
Sorry, that might be a little bit too expert for me.
So you'll like this one. Sit your hand down. Right leg, reach back, grab the front of your foot
Right
with
hand.
your left hand.
Left hand.
So we would use a strap if you're not able to get your foot. So go ahead and sit your hand down. Take your right thigh and cross it behind your left. Right thigh behind left. Hug your calves together and sink your hips back towards your heels. Eagle legs, stretch. Not bad. Come up. Now splay your feet off to the side and we'll do smiling cow legs. Sink your hips back. Good. Inhale up, back on all 4. Now as you inhale, other leg or left leg. Hands down, square the hips to the floor. On your exhalation, scoop the knee into the chest, round at the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen back out. And again, exhale. Inhale, lengthen back out. One more time, exhale. Inhale, lengthen out. Hinge at the knee, reach back with the opposite hand. Grab the front of the foot and lift. Press into your fingertips, lift the toe to the ceiling. Shoulder blade up, back, and down. Or you can keep your hand down and just press your toe towards the ceiling. Sit your hand down, left thigh over right, or that leg that's up, cross it behind the knee on the floor. Hug the calves together, sink your hips back towards the heels, kind of eagle leg, child pose. Come back up, splay your toes to the edges, smiling cow, stretch. Sink your hips back into that open space between the feet. And back up. Have a seat. We'll just stretch the legs out in front. Staff pose. Dorsiflex the feet. Come high on those sits bones. Shoulders up, back, and down. Draw the lower ribs in, lift the upper ribs. This is a good one. I see toddlers do it all the time. So with the shoulders up, back, and down, we're gonna dig in the heels, come to a tabletop reversed.
See if I can do this.
Press into the four corners, each foot, squeeze the tush, press into the pads of the palm, and then come back to your staff. One more, well, let's release. Clam. Soles of the feet together, but some distance from your bum. Walk your way towards the front of your sits bones as you fold forward from the hip. So think of drawing your tummy towards the floor in front of your hips, chest lifted towards your knees. Good. Let's do that tabletop again. Start in staff. Shoulders up, back, and down. Dig in your heels. Tabletop. We can extend out a leg. Sweep back into staff. Clam. Rock. Walk to the sits bones. Fold, 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 fold. And look how close you are to getting your knee over your shoulder.
I'm not that close.
Got some good flexibility. Come on up. So let's stretch out on our back. We'll do a few good stretches on our back. Let's cross the right ankle over, the left thigh, hip open. And we'll start with just a reclined pigeon pose. Bring those legs in towards the chest. Reach your right hand through the eye of the needle. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or up on that left shin. Should feel a little stretch in that right bum. Now go ahead and set your left foot down. Keep your right ankle over. Partial bridge. Lift your hips off the floor. Take your left hip over to the right side, and we'll come into twisted pigeon. Roll those legs to the left and spill out those arms, palms up, shoulder level. See if you can get those shoulder blades imprinted into the mat. Now let's stack the right leg on the left leg. Let your toes find the mat and bring those hips back in line with your shoulders. And Bring your right knee into your chest, and with your right hand, grab the outside of the foot. Elbow comes to the inside. Half happy baby. You extend out your left leg. Draw your knee just outside the chest, sole of the foot to the ceiling. Long left leg on the mat. And I know Chris can do this. Extend out your right leg. Yep. Feels good. Back into your half happy baby. Let's set that right foot down. Left ankle over the right hip open, foot dorsiflexed. Bring those legs into the chest for your reclined pigeon pose. Reach your left hand through the eye of the needle, interlacing your fingers behind your right thigh or on your shin. Just a gentle pull of that right knee to your chest. Follow your breath and listen to your body. This one feels too good. Twisted pigeon. Set your right foot down. Partial bridge, lift. Take your right hip over to the left side, and that way you can roll those legs onto the right. And then stretch out your arms, shoulder level, palm up. Try to make good contact with the floor with your shoulders. Plant your left foot on the floor, knee up. Twisted pigeon. And then go ahead and stack your left leg over the right. Let your toes find the mat and walk your way back center. Half happy baby left side. Bring your left knee to the chest. Reach up and grab the outside of the foot. Extend the sole skyward, elbow inside. Extend out your right leg. So your left knee is just outside your shoulder. Sole of the foot to the ceiling. Right hip open. Now you can extend out that left leg or not. You can stay a half happy baby. Release back into half happy baby. Let's go whole happy baby. Bring up that right foot. Knees just outside the shoulder, outside the chest. Soles to the ceiling. Steam press your back down into the mat. Now set the feet down into the mat, hip socket width, knees bent, close to the tush. We'll do a bridge, palms down by the hips, pressing firm into the four corners of each foot. Lift your hips off the mat. Go ahead and touch down. And then press into those four corners and lift. Squeeze the glutes. And if you can, walk your shoulder blades in, interlace your fingers up underneath the tush. And if you can't, just keep your palms pressed into the mat. Feeling your chest lift towards your chin, but your chin draw away from your chest. Feel the four corners of each foot. Go ahead and release your hands. Then as you exhale, round down a vertebra at a time. And then release that glute, that back into a ball. Just bring your knees to your chest, give them a squeeze. And then hands on your kneecaps, lengthen your arms, and just draw a few knee circles. Just give yourself a little low back sacral massage. If you find any kinks in there, see if you can work that kink out. Then go ahead and go the other direction. Play with the size of your circles. And then bring those knees in one more time, squeeze. And then we'd set up for Shavasana. Stretch your heels to the corners of your mat or outside shoulder distance. Walk the shoulder blades up underneath you with your palms reaching up, distance from ear to shoulders. You can also prop the feet. Close your eyes. Soften your jaw. Whenever you're ready, come on up. And thanks for joining us for Gentle Yoga. We'll keep posting. Good job, huh? Yeah. I don't think I looked at the camera very much, so I feel kind of bad about that, but I know I bellered into the mic a few times.